hola and guten Tag. That is in my speech. So I'm from Germany, from Berlin. And is everything, is it for everyone okay for speaking English? Because I can't speak in Spanish. Okay. And may I ask you where you're from? Who is from Spain? Okay. We have some people from France. France, okay, welcome. Mexico. Wow. Okay. Very tricky. Great Britain? From Italy. Okay. From Poland. Czech Republic. Wow. Anything else? Huh? From Chile. Wow. Okay. The reason why I ask is I tell my husband, which I like to introduce you now, it's Matthew, and it's his first wool festival now, and he asked, what people comes here, and they say, okay, it's really international. And we are all love wool, we all love yarns, and this is similar like motorcycling for men or handcrafted things for men. Okay. Hola. You're from Spain? Yes, okay. Okay, because before I say hola to everyone and ask where you're from. So, good to have you here. Okay, so I like to talk. Peru. Oh, goodness. Okay. Long trip only for me? No, not only for me. Okay, so we want to talk about yarn mixture today. And what is very popular at the moment is to mix up some mohair threads together with other yarns. And that means for me to mix up the best properties of each yarn. And then what's come out is the best of it. Yeah, and I knit some examples for you, and I'm here in order to the cooperation with Pascuali yarn, and they have produced a very nice yarn that called manada. Did anyone knows what manada means? Manada. And manada in Spanish, what means? It is hurt, yes. And the name of manada is manada because you have different yarns in it. So here you have mohair, and then you have silk, and you have yak, and you have merino. And this is all together hurt. Yeah. Okay, and you see, this is a very light thread, yeah, but not typical mohair, which is for some of you a little bit scratchy. This is real soft, yeah, and I think I give you ball, and you can give it through to try the texture, and because for me always knitting means to touch. Yeah, I can't realize how someone talk about knitting without touching some threads or textures or anything else. Okay, so if you knit manada as a single yarn, you got this light, it's a very light structure here in the yarn, but it pulls together. So it's not that it's fluffy and smooth. Yeah. So you get volume with it, but not a smooth structure. And it is so light that you didn't get a shape. Even if you knit a cardigan out of it, it will be slip off, yeah, and glue at your body. But it isn't a nice shape, yeah. Okay, so I give this as well through. And so the idea was, if you take a look at my patterns, you can see a lot of patterns where I mixed up yarns. And since my beginnings, I think my second design was a cardigan mixing up threads with mohair. It's out of Madeleine Tosh in a shape of black to light gray, mixing up with Shibuya silk cloud, which was a very light and elegant mohair as well. Okay, and now I like to show you some different mixtures. So here I have at first the Pinta. Pinta is also a yarn which is a mixture of different yarns. It's merino, it's silk, and rami. Rami is from the plants. Yeah, you know. Okay, yeah, it's sleepy. It's silk, but it is also yeah, it's good texture for himself. And I could imagine that it works for a top, a summer top, yeah, because it's very light and not so warm. But together with manada, it's perfect for a winter cardigan, a pullover, or something. Yes, I knit. It's on every swatch you find the yarn, which yarn I use for the thread, and which needle size I use for it. And if I made a design out of it, you find it at the back of the label here. And a little funny thing, if you find some nuts in the thread here, this is my kind of remembering what needle size I use, because I do not every time prepare some labels. Yeah, so this is only for you, and I can't remember the needle sizes. I remember all the yarns I work for the swatches, and sometimes with my girlfriends we make some swatch memory. So, okay, what is this yarn? What is this yarn? and to notice what needle size I take, I make the knot in it, and it's for the US size, because they start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the European is then 2, 2.5, 2.75, 3. And so on. Yeah, so for the US needle size, it's easier because you can make for every number 1 knot in it. Okay. It's easy and funny. Okay. Here you have the next swatch, and this is baby merino, 100% merino. It's a very fine yarn, but also here I couldn't imagine really that I wanted to knit a cardigan out of it. And as well, if you want to prepare something with cables or so. I think in this combination with Manada, it works much more better. And if you have a handy with you, you can now take a look at this design that I prepare out of it. You find it on my Instagram account. It's Chris Berlin. And there you can see the lilac cardigan. You find it here. And I give you the swatches through, and you can take a look on the design. It's not here, but you can feel it here. And in addition, I like to say that you get 15% of all my patterns during the Barcelona Knit Festival with the code Barcelona. Okay. chrisberlin.knit is my Instagram. chrisberlin.knit. Yes? Yeah? Yeah? Yes, it's always one strand of each. Yes, if I put on 2 yarns, I always take 1 strand of it. Yes, yeah. And this is a single strand. This is only a single yarn baby merino. Yes, this is the lilac cardigan coming out of the mixture of this with Manada. And here you have the swatches. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And if you mixed yarns with a mohair, the mohair always dominate the color because these little fluffy things are laying over the texture. So here are 2 examples of combined 2 colors. So it's in a black cotton yarn in combination. So I combine the black cotton yarn with Manada, and that has come out of it. And it's more brown, like black. Okay, so I give this also to you. And very interesting is if you use 2 colors nearby. If you use 2 colors which are very nearby, you got more deepness in your knitting. And a good example for this is the next design. Now I'm not sure how I managed this, but I will try. Sorry, I have to lay down the microphone at first. So this one is K. And it's very good laying on the shoulder. Yeah, so you can jump and make everything, and it's not falling down. So. And here you can see these are 7 colors of Puno. These are natural colors, and Pascuali named the colors. These are all tree names, and the Puno is combined with 1 thread of Manada. So for the whole cape, I use this thread combined with different colors of the Puno. Here. And this is cotton in combination with alpaca. This is cotton with alpaca. No, 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 no. It's good, or? Yes. No. No, no pico. No, it's pico? It's called pico? Pica, pica, pica. Yeah. Okay, no, no pica. No. No. Here. This is a skein of manada. And try it here. It's not a normal mohair. Mohair is very often pica. Yeah, but this is also mohair mixed with some others, and this isn't pica. Yeah? So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No? 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 Because you have these strong cotton yarn, which is a very... so if you have this texture here, you can see it is a very flat and strong texture, and the manada goes over it and between it. And therefore you haven't had the this peeling. It works well. So I have this cape. I prepared it in January and got it back from Pascuali in April, and no peeling, nothing. Okay. And yeah. And another one. Okay. So yeah, this is the swatch for the cape called Moema, and is part of the actual collection book of Pascuali, and you will find it in the booth zone downstairs as well. Yeah. Okay. So at next, I like to show you this shawl. It's it's not a real triangle shawl because it is prepared in a very different way. So you start to cast on 440 stitches, which is a complete length. Yeah, here 440 or 400 stitches. And then it works with short rows. Is there anyone who doesn't know short rows? No, you are all experts, I think so. Okay. And with using these short rows, you got these squares here. And it's it's stockinette stitch and reverse stockinette stitch, and therefore it is the shawl is reversible. And like this, and I wear it yesterday the whole day because at the evening it was a little bit windy here, and this is prepared with Catilla mohair. You got this in Spain, and with a thread of here you can see it a thread of linen, pure linen, and I know that all you knit is love. This is in a shop here from Barcelona. She had also this linen yarn, pure linen. And how longer you wear this shawl, how softer it is. Yeah, and don't be shy to put it after the knitting into the washing machine. And also a little for 10 minutes into a dryer. Because linen gets better when you put it into a dryer. It scratches the thread and then it's more cozier. So for knitting, it's not so comfy, but I give this through the row. It's very soft, and I have this now for I think 3 years. And you also find this in my shop, and you can see the structure more better there because I have also multicolor version in. Okay. Any question in between? And hello to you. Lucky that you find us. Okay. Any questions to the threads, the swatches? Yes, it's a pure linen thread. There is one piece, here. So this is a pure linen thread combined knitting together with Katia mohair. Yeah, the 50 shades of mohair. They have so many colors, and I love them because you can be sure that you will find the right one. And this is also not pica. Not pica. Try it. Try it afterwards. No pica, no. I don't like pica things. Mm. No. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I try to work some swatches out of linen yarn. I make a single swatch, I make a double thread swatch of linen, and it is always so hard and not smooth. And I say, oh no, for a shawl I can use it. And I work a pullover, but this is I think 6 years ago, and I'm not a designer at this time, and I'm not pretty well with it. And yes, yeah, that's the same. Yeah, to put in the dryer helps, and to wear helps. Yeah, so yeah, but it takes time. Yeah, you have to go through this time. Yeah, with your knitting. So. Yeah, then it sounds sustainable, yeah. Yeah. And then I have a little thread of mohair in the same color, and that inspired me to combine it. So it's always good to have a good stash. A little thread of something, it's always good to have some. And then you can try to combine yarns, yeah, and then magic happens, and you get a real good texture out of it. Yeah, okay, and that's the same with this piece. So here I have a very light thread of cashmere, 10% cashmere yarn, and the rest is merino. And I combine it with a brushed alpaca yarn from Camarose. And the second thread was from, the Camarose yarn called Midnight Sol. And the other is, and the other yarn is Merida from Lana. Lana is a German yarn company which had also very cozy, very lovely yarns, and I love to work with them as well. And this is a combination. And here I combined one thread of Merida with two colored threads of the midnight soil from Camaros. And the result is a very, very light cardigan. And and special detail is here the triangle element and as well the two colors. Yeah? And it's a drop shoulder. And very special is here that you have these double knitted panel. And it's knitted in one piece. Yeah, it's only one piece. So you start here with a panel, with a little panel here in the back, and then going over there, and it's also only one piece. And you find some video tutorials in my Instagram account as well. So keep an eye on the videos. You find a lot of videos and tutorials for all of my designs here. And this was the beginning of the double knitted panels, and I use them now very often because I think it's a very clean and proper way to prepare buttonholes and panels. And I give it through as well now. Oh, for my designing process. Oh, okay, I tell you. Okay. So, thank you for your question. You like to know something about the designing process. So, first of all, I have to say I'm not learning this business. But I have a good education from my home because my grandmother was a knitter as well, and a sewer and prepare crochet things, and my mother as well. So handcrafting was a very important topic in my education from my family. And in my childhood times, I want to become a fashion designer because I knit and I sew everything in my wardrobe, everything, coats, skirts, dresses, everything. But something happened, and we haven't enough money that I can get this education. And then I started a career in the IT. And working for several years successful in this area. And it was, I think, the long journey out of home. So I have to sleep more than 3 or 4 nights per week in a hotel. And that is a little bit boring. And I think I have to take something with me that I feel like home in the hotel. And that was the reason why I start knitting again. And it makes me feel much more better and comfortable during my journeys. And and then also something happened in my life, and that starts, and that's the point I start to design. And that was the point that I started to design. And that is my earliest pattern. It's very complicated. For first pattern, I couldn't imagine what I'm doing there. So curious. But as I designed my first piece, I said, oh, this is magic, and that makes so much fun. And now to your question. So normally it cost me around about, every time I start with a swatch, and not with a single swatch. I think I made, for one design, I made 5-10 swatches to find the right yarn, the right needle size, the right pattern, like here, the right mixture of yarns. So very often prepare swatches. I have hundreds of them. And the next step is then that I start knitting. I don't count anything before nothing. I normally start knitting. And it cost me during 1 week and 2 weeks to prepare a cardigan or a shawl. And then I start writing the pattern on 1 week. And then there is a test knitting process. Normally I have between 15 and 20 test knitters. So each size had to be tested, that you can be sure that it is a proper pattern and you can work with it. Yeah. And so and the test knitters need round about 4 weeks. And so all in all, we have a process of round about 8 weeks. And that was very rough. Yeah, so, but I feel comfortable with it. So, is anyone else here designing patterns? Sometimes? Oh, okay. And what's your process? Yeah. Yeah, it's same as me. For me, I start knitting and then writing the pattern afterwards. Yeah. Oh, I have the luck that I have actually a very stable group and of very kind and test knitters that takes me over a long time now, and that makes me very proud. So yeah. Because it's very, very important to have test knitters, and especially if I have some new patterns of very easy knitting things. I ask for new test knitters because if you say, okay, it is an easy piece to knit, then I must have beginners in my testing group. Yeah, it doesn't help if you have experts. Yeah, come with me over a long time. They are experts now. Yeah, so and if I say this is an easy piece to knit and it works well for beginners, then it should be. Yeah, and so in this content, I ask for some beginners over Instagram. You can see sometimes some asking for test knitters, and yeah, it works. It works. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. 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 It's so not all of my patterns are patterns for beginners, but even if I have a pattern where I say, so this is a pattern for a beginner, then I ask for them Yeah, because if I get a beginner in a pattern which is for experts, yeah, then it's not so good, and it's disappointed for the tester, because oh, I can't do anything and I'm a loser, and for me as a designer, I say, okay, how could I describe it more easier that she understand it? Or what TestNet is help for is that I get an impression when I have to prepare a video, because videos helps a lot. Yeah, and you very often find videos for my designs. I started them, I think, 2 years ago. So for the earlier patterns, I haven't this. Sorry for that. But for my newest patterns, you always find a lot of video tutorials. And yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's. My patterns are all in English and in German, and I have, I'm very proud, 2 patterns in Spanish. Yeah, and that is there are 2 patterns. So the first one is a girlfriend's cardigan. I think this cardigan pushes my career a lot, and it is a very simple cardigan, and this is very easy for beginners as well. And it's and with this cardigan, it comes up a new shape for cardigans, because a V-neck cardigan. Yeah, and together with Anke Strick, I don't know who knows her. This is my friend, and we together create this cardigan. The story you can read in the internet, and my cardigan is very easy, so only garter stitch, and her is in addition with an I-cord. And we spent the first income of the pattern to a school in Germany, and it was a friendship project. Yeah, yeah. And the second one is a calding. I haven't had it already now here, but it's a very huge shawl. And it is a lot of fun to knit. And this is knitted more than, I think, 20,000 times. And you find an Instagram, in a Facebook group with more than 7,000 members for the calding shawl. and most of the knitters are not knitted it once. They knitted it twice, 3, 4 times, 6 times, 7 times, out of very different yarns, from linen up to mohair to everything. And yeah, if you put in calding in Instagram, you will find a lot. And the German knitters are not so familiar with Ravelry. So we have only 2,000 projects on Ravelry, but there are a lot of more projects on Instagram. Yeah. It's girlfriend cardigan. Girlfriend cardigan. Girlfriend cardigan. Calding. Calding. You find it in my this is my, on Ravelry, this is my famous pattern. It's calding. And the calding is very fun to knit because it is an organic knitting. You can put your pattern aside. You only have to look in 3 or 4 times during the complete knitting of 1,600 meters, which are in this pattern. But it is a very lovely shawl, even for winter, and you can wear it as you can wear it as a cape, you can wear it as a jacket, you can wear it as a scarf. So there are a lot of possibilities to wear, and yeah, and knitters love them. Yes. Yeah, it's named Podder Rose. Podder Rose. You can see it on Ravelry. It's all the details you find in Ravelry. It's Pada Rose, the cardigan, and the yarn is a combination of Midnight Sol from Camarose, and on the other hand side, a very thin thread from La Mana. It is, it's not Modena? Modena, yeah, Modena, yeah. Yeah, it's Modena. And the Modena thread is one ball of 50 gram. It's a lot of meters, so therefore it is so light, yeah. And this is, I think, therefore I take this. Huh? Oh, my samples are always size 4. Or earlier it named L. Yeah, but now it's size 4, and don't be shy. Try it on. Yeah, so therefore I take it. Yeah. Okay. Good. Coming to the next one. This is only a very nice swatch that I prepare for this course here, but I'm pretty sure I will design something out of it, because I felt so in love for the texture. So it is Saphira. Saphira is a yarn with 75% wool, 25% silk. So wool together with silk. So I give you ball and the swatch. Very nice, but nicer. Yes. And I could imagine a very simple shaped cardigan out of this one, or a simple shaped pullover will be very nice. Yes. Yes, and I have it in my Instagram account as well, actually, but take it. It's no problem. Yeah. Okay. And for the whole time, actually, I speak about mixing yarns together. But we also can use 2 yarns in one design, putting them aside. And this is the topic of my newest design. And it is a shawl, and with a very special shape. I try to, with the microphone, sorry. So this is not a normal triangle shawl. This is, I would call it V-shawl. I couldn't find this structure anywhere else. I don't know. Did you see it before, this shape of a shawl? And it is more or less an accident. Because, so I will give you an impression of a designing process. Normally, I want to make a shawl that is a long way, like this, and then combined with the middle piece of these cables, and then going back to this. So a long one. But as I come to this point, I say, oh, how long should this be if I continue here? And but I love what I did in the first section. But okay, what should I do? And the idea here is you start from here. So you have always 140 or less, because there are 4 sizes. And on your needles, and you always knit like here, and the idea is very easy. Here you add 1 stitch, and here you decrease 1 stitch. Yeah, and that, so that the shape is coming out here. And then I say, okay, as I've been in the middle, what could I do now? I only changed where I increase and where I decrease the stitches. And then this is coming out.
This is coming out, and it is a multifunctional thing because I can wear it as a cape. So you have warm shoulders, and it's only a little piece on your back, and it's a little bit elegant with these fluffy things here. You can wear it like this. And as you see, it is reversible. So cable, and also the back cable side, I love it. You can wear it like this. And you can wear it like a shawl. So I put this here. And so in this, you have all the yarn in the neck. So as you catch a coat like me. And this pattern is called Sand. And it is for my last visit of the Groove Festival this year in Denmark, in Farnham. And I love these tassels here because it is very light, and the tassels give the edges a little bit more shape. Okay, and then, so this is a good example to use mohair and sand. So, and that's it. I hope you enjoy and enjoy the festival and get a lot of inspiration for buying some yarn. I think for this one there are millions of combinations, and this is also very good to really use your stash. The Sand, you get 4 sizes in the pattern, and with the smallest size, so this is size 2. Yeah, and for the smallest size, size 1, you only need 2 skeins of merino with 400 meters, so the normal hand-dyed yarn, and in addition, a little bit of mohair. And you also can use a single mohair merino with multicolored mohair, or you can prepare it in one color. So I have also in my Instagram account, you see it also in a light gray color. Yeah, thank you. And you are testing. No? But then I have tested a very similar. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So I guess this through as well.
Did you use 2 different wear shades, or is it 2 different colors of the
No, it's one merino and 2 shades of woven. So 2 colors here. No, this is single. Here this is an example not to combine the yarn, knitting 2 threads together. Here it is to combine the yarns to work little stripes of merino and little stripes of mohair, and this gives the fluffy texture. And I use therefore it's stocking stitch and reverse stocking stitch in combination. therefore the complete shawl is reversible. Yeah, and it gives you a structure. Yeah, because it's yeah, single. Yeah. It's only a few, so I think per color, if you use 2 colors, it's around about 150 meters only. But all information you find on Ravelry in the pattern, they have all detailed information of every. Yeah, this is also very lovely ones. Yeah, the new ones from. Yes, it's from Andrea. Yeah. And try it on if you feel comfortable with it and with the size. Or I think for me, the last time I get the feedback from the test knitters that they like to have more sizes for scarves or for shorts because I'm very tall. And if I knit something like this here, yeah, it works well for me. But if I ask you to wear it, yeah, I like to ask you. So put it up. Yeah, okay. You can wear it like a dress or something. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and therefore I always now try to design also shawls in more sizes, and also for the consumption. So the lowest size you only put 2 skeins, and 2 skeins of a beautiful yarn is something that you have might be sketch. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so you can knit more than one. And this is because of the weave. Yeah. So the shape is good, and it don't feel from your shoulder because this is in your neck. And therefore I can work with it and go through my house and make some and don't slip from the shoulder. Every three-angle shawl, you always make this and this. I don't like it. Yes, it's lovely. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is so lovely, but always you have to. Okay. This is size number 2. That is the size number 4. How big is that? Huge. You find all measures as well. I prepare size 3 and 2. Yeah. But size 4 is to make complete consumption of 3 skeins. Yeah. Also be a little bit sustainable. Yeah. So not preparing patterns that you use. You have to use 2 skeins and a little bit. Yeah. So you have to buy 3 skeins. Yeah. And so that is also an aspect that I like to put in my patterns for the next time, and that's the beginning of it. Yeah.
I think if you've got expensive yarn,
yes,
all of it,
yes,
half of it.
yeah.
Is that already?
Yeah. Yeah. All of it. Yeah. Okay. So.
Thank you for your attention, and if you have some more questions in addition, don't be shy, come here, ask me, and enjoy your festival here, and perhaps we meet each other during the booths downstairs, I'm pretty sure, and thank you.
Thank you very much.